I am essentially an alcohol tourist right now. Your mom named you from an ad in TV.
Yes.
I love this part of the world. I can't handle this. Just try this stuff. It's delicious.
Oh, it's nice.
It's sick, man.
It's nice.
It's really good. So here I am.
Yes.
I'm in Drywave. I am essentially an alcohol tourist right now, right? I've never been to Vietnam. I've never been to Bangkok. Obviously, like we've never hung out. How do we introduce you? Because for me, I'm like, yo, this is Palm. He's OG Thai. This is the Godfather. You know what I mean? Like, how would you describe yourself? Like,
so I'm Palm. Actually, it's my nickname, Palm Tree. My name, like real name, is Supawit Mutarat. It's in Thai name, but you can call me Palm. Super. Anyway, you can call me Palm. This is my nickname. My nickname is from not the palm tree, not the palm hen, actually from the soap. It's a palm olive.
Oh!
That's a brand because a long time ago my mom named me, followed like ad from the television.
Your mom named you from an ad in TV.
Yes.
I love this part of the world. You've been in the industry here for 18 years, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
Obviously right now it seems like Bangkok is like hot. Right now, internationally speaking, even though we know like Bangkok exists, blah, blah, we've all seen Hangover. It seems like right now there's a lot of eyes on Bangkok. Even I'm hearing much more things about it. And it doesn't mean that it was never around. The wave has finally hit us. What is happening? Like, what's the deal? You've got 18 years of experience.
Yes.
So how do we get here? What's going on?
In Thailand, in Bangkok, we have a very good of the hospitality. We are in the center of Asia, so we are in the center of everything. And the mix of culture. Thai culture is, we have one word, it's called Spice Sabai. Spice Sabai is chill.
Right.
Getting chill. So people like to come to Bangkok for holidays, for work, to live here. And I think it's about like, if you're looking for culture, in Thailand we have everything. In each city, we have different culture as well. Sure. But still Thai style.
I never really thought about it. I guess you saying that Thailand is in the middle of everything, so all roads lead to Thailand. Everyone seems to really love Thailand. Well, what about the bar scene?
Oh,
it seems like right now bar scene is Bangkok.
Yeah,
like,
always.
Everyone's talking about it. Why? What's going on?
I think because of culture as well. Because if we talk about like Thai culture and bar scene, 20 years ago we do flares. I think everyone tried flare before 20 years ago. Because it's trendy, it's nice, it's fun, right? Like jacking bottles for fun. But the trend of cocktail is changing. So for me, right now in Bangkok, like 10 years ago and 5 years ago and now, it's completely different. In each bar, they have their own concept. Each bar, they have their own story. In each bar, they have their own cocktails, people. We show what we do.
Yep.
We show what we're doing now, and we're going to show the world what next.
Very often, there's always some point in a bar culture, like in a bar community, comes along like a generation of 10, 15, 20 people. They all do all the competitions, they do all of the management, they run bars, they do brand ambassadorship, and then all of those like 10, 15 people end up opening bars. And that becomes the next generation of independent bars.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And so right now it seems like a lot of the bars driving Bangkok are independent. Would it be fair to say that maybe there's a generation of young bar owners here in Bangkok right now, and that is probably why there's like this wave of attention?
I think after pandemic it changed everything, but I see a lot of changing after pandemic because I think we stay at home right, for 2-3 years, right?
Yeah.
We go out sometime, right? But lockdown again, go out again, lockdown again. We stay at home. I think people learn so fast right now. The world is changing so fast. I feel like the younger generation, they have like dreams. They dream big.
Poor bastards, they have dreams?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, even me. I'm waiting for like 16, 17 years to open my own bar because people ask me, why not you open a bar? Why not you? I think I'm ready, but I'm not ready yet, like in 100%.
Are you ever going to be ready to, you know what I mean?
After pandemic, I feel like, okay, I should do because before I'm getting 40, I should do something. Actually, now I'm 40 years old.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
You're lying to me.
1985, January.
You're 40 years old.
Yes.
I can't handle
when
this.
you say younger generation, I say, oh, I feel good.
I can't handle this. The questions that are always the same is, what is the next trend?
Yeah.
What is the next cool concept? What do the young people think?
For me, new concept, new story, new bar, I'm okay because they always happen. I think more about new people. I do some masterclass. Sometimes we talk about my bar, about like how to create your own dream bars, kind of like that. We talk about concept, but I talk about like we are like a computer. We have the hardware and software, right? Service in our job, in our business, it's not only like hardware and software. We talk about human being, right? So we talk about the what next. Because I open my own bar, the first thing I think about, okay, design, but also on the side, I think about people, team. In our business, we run by the people, not by bottle, not by the glass. We run by the people.
This is awesome that you're saying this because this is literally the conversation I have so much. It's funny because bar owners, not maybe independent cocktail bar owners, but bar owners would put $100,000 chandeliers, 30 grand bar station. They build this machine and then they try and hire someone for very little money.
Correct.
Completely inexperienced. So you've got a Lamborghini driven by a 5-year-old that can't reach the pedals. What's the fucking point? No matter how much you want to be a massive company, hospitality in its basic form is not the same as any other business. It's people-centric. It's completely run by people. And when you're writing a brand plan, I think alcohol companies should approach writing brand plans more like politicians lobbying. You know what I mean? Like a campaign to lobby the bar community or normal guests. More so than they're like, oh, how many impressions do we get? Or how much awareness do we cause? Look at some of the politicians of the world, not naming any names right now. They make a lot of noise, but what is the real impact? The reason I bring up Florida Canyon in this, the only reason I'm working with them is because of the people behind the brand. Are you experiencing in Bangkok, in Thailand, the same issue we're having everywhere else? Because the problems we're having is that it doesn't seem like people want to work in cocktail bars anymore. So what's the situation here?
We have some problem because of the people not going into F&B business anymore. Some people, but I think it's about education. In Thailand, to be honest, education is not that great for all people.
General level of education.
Yeah, generally like not that great. It's okay, just okay, not that good or great. Very support by government. To be honest, they're very bad. For F&B business in Bangkok, in Thailand, it's for the people not have that great education because they think it's easy. But recently, last few years, I saw a lot of like graduate people. They have the knowledge, they have the passion to try becoming a barista, becoming waiter, becoming like a bartender. It takes time. I think by our job right now, we cannot read by the book and we've done it because it's by experience. I think about the programs or the bar programs or even the training program, educational things supposed to have a proper one, tough one. Because in Thailand, we have not really proper program for the people.
I think bartending is like almost shamanistic. There's no like university of bartenders. Yeah, there's bartending schools, but usually they're just you using colored water to make drinks, right?
Correct.
I remember one of the first things that I was taught, they call it hospitality instinct, but I like to refer to it as bartender instinct. Somebody walks in the door, you look at their face, you've never seen them, and you go, that's an asshole. And you know what I mean? You are just like, this person is gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. That just comes from experience of working with people, right?
You know it.
That's a really good example that you can, within 3 seconds. It's like you said, you can't teach that in a book. You can't teach that in a seminar, in a TikTok video, whatever. You need to like literally be in the weeds and look at people. Local culture is also a thing. Do you think culture affects?
In Thailand, we are a tourism country, so we mix up everything. So we do run with business. I think tax is the one that is a big problem because in compared to other countries, our price maybe like double or triple, and it's quite kind of like ruin the business sometimes. The cost is high, and you have to pay a lot for rent. You have to pay a lot for government tax. I think we used to it.
There's nothing maybe in the local human culture that hurts the training and whatever. Because you were mentioning about education and stuff.
Yeah, I think we should have some very good academy because some place they charge you when you go to learn to study about the bar. Business like that is a lot of money. You know, I read one place they teach young people
and then be the next generation.
Correct. One day we have to stop.
We all have to retire at some point.
Yeah, I think about it. Yeah, I actually think about it.
You probably think about it. I think about it. What do you think is like the biggest potential of Thailand, and what is also the biggest challenges?
The economy, bar business is most challenging right now.
Yeah.
We're competitive in the market because last 2 years after pandemic, we have a lot of bars. Before pandemic, you can count like the cocktail bars. Now after pandemic, you cannot count it anymore by your hand.
Too many?
Too many. But the point is, I'm looking in positive way. It's very good for the business because it's a very competitive market. Last year, I saw a lot of bars open. They do the same. Not very separate. Have their own identity.
It's almost like in the bar business, there's copying and stealing ideas from each other. Is oh cool, an Irish pub. It makes money. I'll open an Irish pub. Just copy everything.
You mentioned about Irish pub, like kind of like bar restaurant, kind of, but cocktail bar supposed to be different.
I agree. Here's the thing, right? You know, like cocktails are new in many parts of the world. In America, cocktails are everywhere, so it's very mainstream. Here, like you mentioned, the price of booze is so high, so a cocktail is what, 15 US dollars?
Yes,
right?
around that.
So I always say this in other parts of the world, like if you work for an hour in a cocktail bar and you don't make enough money to be able to buy a cocktail in your own bar, that's a difficult situation to be in. You can't even afford to drink in the bar you work in because of the economical situation.
Gap.
How much is the average salary of a Thai bartender?
In US dollar, maybe I think 800 to 1,000.
So 800 to 1,000 US dollars as a range is a salary, right?
Salary and service charge, everything together.
And service charge. Okay, cool. So that's how much money they take home. If you look at that, the price of a drink is 15 USD, right? More or less. The point is that bartender can have 100 drinks and then they're done. That's it, right? The point is, if you were to compare, say, like the rent, the costs of living, whatever, in Thailand, you're probably living a higher standard of life than even in Europe. If we were to take the real cost of a drink versus the salaries, it would be almost like a whole meal or two. You know what I mean? It's the
more than a whole meal. Like
exactly.
One drinks.
Exactly, which means that we're kind of in this luxury segment and we're stuck. We want to pay our bartenders well, but we also have everything else that needs to get paid. I call them the golden handcuffs. Our life is good and we live in a cool place and we have a cool community, but actually one wrong step and it's done. Why the fuck after COVID so many cocktail bars opened? Like how? You would think that hospitality was so affected by COVID and was shut. Why are people investing in cocktail bars so much?
They see the money. Because I think people enjoy the vibe, experience at bar, and they say, they go some bars and they, this is packed, a lot of people there, a lot of money there. Yes, of course, but not every bar.
No.
Only bar they go, they see it. I want that one. They have a lot of money. They invest it. They're looking for someone and they just like, I have money. You like to open the bar for me?
You open this bar. Do you have partners?
I have, but my wife and I, we invest.
You're the partners in this business, which is great. Someone comes to you and they say, I want to open 10 more Drywaves in different locations. That's exciting. There's no Bruce Wayne of hospitality. Oh, my parents are super rich. I'm gonna go and clean toilets. You know what I mean? Like every single person in hospitality has a similar story of usually the underdog, right? And this is also what unites us globally. We've all kind of fight for it, had to work hard, to earn every penny. So when an opportunity comes and be like, you're a bartender in Vesper, and they go, yo, I'm gonna put 300 grand and I'll let you open a bar and you can have 10% if you're lucky, but you can be a bar owner. And you think to yourself, shit, I know how much money my bar makes, 10%, but 10% of a bar is nothing, especially with taxes and markings up and whatever.
Right, and then you own like maybe 10%, 20%, they may give you 50%, but what after? If you done it very good, you okay. But if you shit, what happens after that?
A bartender is not necessarily a good bar owner.
Right. For me, that's why I opened my this bar. I invest myself more than 50%.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's right.
Money.
Yeah.
What is the concept of Drywave?
When I start this program, this project, I think about what concept. I think about like myself, right? Because it's my bar, my first solo bar. I used to open bar before with friends, but this one is my solo. Think about like neighborhood bar, classic hotel, but supposed to have some more fun because people know me about classic style. I have to show myself in this place. Drywave is bring contrast, two things together in one place.
Waves are wet.
Yeah.
Drive, it's like okay.
All together because I think about wave, I think about dry, I think about the people, I think about cocktails. When we behind the bar, we see a lot of people. Every night we see different people. We are in the center of everything, so we combine them together. I would describe it as a creative classic cocktail in one place. We bring all different things into one place.
I can go to a bartender and go, yo, it's called Drywave Cocktail Studio, and they're like, sounds sick. I think we're seeing a new wave of people going back to classics. You were saying that you're combining two classics, right? That's your thing?
Yes.
What's the signature drink of Drywave?
I would say the first one maybe 1806 and 1988. It's a mix of two drinks. The first one is old-fashioned. The second one we mix with the old-fashioned is a cosmopolitan.
Old-fashioned and a cosmo. That's a
scientist, right?
That's a contrast, bro.
Yeah, that's contrast. This is my first drink when I write this menu. We call some classic because we combine two classic into one drink. We define the flavors by way of cocktail.
Yep.
Different wave, different character. It's very common conversation. You go to the bar, right?
Yep.
And you talk to the customer. customer. What kind do you like?
I'm in my highball era.
Maybe highball. I will for like my character of the cocktail.
Sure, yeah, sorry. I would say more refreshing, citrusy.
Right.
Because it's too hot for me here. So I'm going.
They have a different character: savory cocktail, herbaceous cocktail, or whatever. We have a wave of flavors here, and then we combine them like this, like a cosmopolitan and old fashioned. So we mix them together. And more than that, each drink they have their own story, and we create our own story as well from these two drinks. Old fashioned is terms of the cocktails in 1806, published in the state, right?
Yep.
In the newspaper. Any kind of spirit, sugar, water, bitter, that old fashioned can change to cognac or whatever. But
absolutely, yeah, I know the story.
Cosmopolitan, right? It's a sexy drinks in 80s, 90s.
Sex in the City.
Correct. Yeah. 1806 is from 1806. So you can see this cocktail in 1806 in the newspaper. And 1988 is from the film by Tom Cruise. Both drink is cocktails. So I represent the drink from this era by Cosmopolitan. And we create our own old fashioned, a more fruity grapes.
So this is more like an old fashioned. It's more like stirred.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you can see the wave is more boozy.
Cool.
That's
so you've created your own visual language.
Correct.
That combines those two others.
We have a lot of menu right now. We have 18 signature and 36 classic, and it's also bold our signature, but also you can see our classic as well. But the point is we try to create our own language, so that the cocktail bar mean for me.
3 red flags when you walk into a bar. What do you look for, or what is?
The first thing is for red flag for me is not say hi. When you go to the bar, you need some greeting first. Second, I think is about like because we are in the service time where you must focus, right? So sometimes I just sit there waiting for like on the menu, no explanation. That's the red flag for me. And the last one is the no farewell. Farewell, say goodbye.
So for you, it's more like that human aspect, right?
That's simple because my bar, I tell to my team, the first when they come, you say hi. They know you are there. We recognize you. Okay, I'm going to you guys. Wait for it. Menu, explain, it show about what we are. Because we are a cocktail bar, we need some explanation. For sure to explain to the customer, to the guest, what we're doing, our concept, any suggestion or recommendation to the customer. The drink is okay, supposed to be good for sure. But the last one is about the farewell. Just open the door, say thank you, see you next time. I think it's a very simple thing.
Well, it's like first impression and last impression.
Correct. When they're going home, they know about you.
What is the best thing about bartending?
My favorite thing about this job is about people. Because I think our job, we stand behind the bar, people coming to you, and we see different people. We talk to them different night, different topic, different things. People come to you. When we talk, when we just sit down to them, sometimes we talk to them, get some drink, and they're happy. It's alright. I always tell myself all the time to see the people, talk to them, make them a nice time, like a great time. For me, it's about people. Bar is about people.
And what is the worst thing about bartending?
Life balancing, I think, is a bit tough because you have to wake up late until like in morning sometimes, right? It's about your life cycle. I know when I open my own bar, it will be like hectic and crazy for sure. I talk to my wife, I think like, okay, the first year will be like super crazy, and it is. It's like that.
Palm?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for Drywave is excellent. I'm gonna steal that menu.
Yeah, sure. I could just notice still. Be nice.
Take it easy. All right, let's go.
Okay. Let's go.